What's up, guys? How are you? Happy Monday. Welcome into another episode of the Daily Juice Podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all of my socials at Sports Talk Matt, and this podcast is being brought to you by our friends at Draftkings. Well, it wasn't a losing day yesterday. It wasn't a winning day all that much, although we did kind of win. Falcons money line came in. The teaser came in. The Bengals got blasted. That hurt the day with a -1, with a 1.4 loss. Cowboys lost by 6. We took 5.5, 4.5. That field goal at the end really was the difference as to whether or not we were going to cover. Cowboys made it interesting at the end, but we don't get there. Thanks to the George Kittle plus 150 anytime touchdown, we wind up 0.65 units on the prop bets. So we go 7-3 on the day, up 1.5 units. I don't bet more than a quarter unit to win a quarter unit on the prop bet. So we wind up there, up 1.5 units by my math. It might be a little bit off, but it's pretty much flat for the day for us here on a Sunday. So obviously losing week. Losing week. We won in September. Unless I get scorching hot here over the next couple of weeks or days. What is it? The 28th. So, losing week in October. It's going to be very hard for me to have a winning week in October, or winning month in October. But we'll be okay. We'll be okay. We got a lot more to come. A lot of good things happening. It's a Monday. It's Monday Night Football. I've got 3 bets in 3 sports, and there will be an additional play for us on the BettingPros app, located, or the picks can be found at bettingpros.com/Matt. The problem with that is the number I want to bet is not available yet because it involves the Boston Celtics, and you pretty much know what I'm going to do with that. So we'll find out what that number is going to be coming up later on this morning, and I'll put it on the app, bettingpros.com/Matt, to find it. If you're listening to this overnight, it's not going to be there yet, so you got to relax. It's not going to be there just as of yet for us. So I know you might go, Matt, I went and looked at 1 a.m. Eastern, and it wasn't there. Well, it's not going to be there 1 a.m. Eastern, okay? Just FYI. It's going to take a little time for me to get this number out because, well, the books are playing defense on this. It's a 3-0 bet. We've bet it quite a bit. It's been pretty successful. The books don't really want us to keep betting it. They'd rather keep us off of it if they can, but, we're going to look around it. If we can find it, we're going to find it. If we can fire on it, we're going to fire on it. So let's go ahead and do that. This podcast is being brought to you by the Draftkings Pick 6. If you're curious how I did, kind of the similar thing with DraftKings here with the pick 6. Richardson over, yes. Lamar over, rushing, no. May over 23.5 yards rushing. Yes, he looked great before the concussion. What a win for the Patriots over the Jets. They just owned the New York Jets. So unfortunately that's 2-1. That normally is not good enough to get into the money if you played all 3 of those for week number 8 in the DraftKings pick 6, but 2 out of 3 with that. May, yes. Richardson, yes. Lamar, no, unfortunately for us on that. If you guys want to go check it out, go and download the new DraftKings pick 6 app. Use the code JUICE. When you sign up, new Pick 6 customers, you play $5. You get $50 in Pick 6 credits guaranteed. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Help is available for problem gambling by calling 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org in Connecticut. 18 plus in most jurisdictions, but other age and eligibility restrictions may vary. Valid only in jurisdictions where DraftKings Pick 6 operates. Pick 6 not available everywhere, including but not limited to New York and California, Ontario. Void where prohibited. 1 per new Pick 6 customer, $5 in the Pick 6 set to receive $50 issued as non-withdrawable Pick 6 credits that expire in 30 days. For more information, go to pick6.draftkings.com/promos. Okay, let's start talking about the Giants and the Steelers. The total was 36. The number is 6. It was opened at 4, has been bet up to 6. This is a good spot. I know sometimes people don't like the whole spot conversation, but this is a good spot for the Giants. Except I'm going to do a same game teaser. I can't help myself with this only because I think this offense for the Steelers takes a little bit of a step back. I think after watching Russell Wilson, and now I think the Giants will have time to put some tape together to look at Russ and to go, okay, he's throwing a lot of lollipop jump balls to George Pickens, and that really worked in the first game. I'm not sure it works in the second game. Now that there's tape on it, Pittsburgh is 5-2 against the number this year. Giants are 3-4, but they're 2-1 on the road. Against Seattle, they won the game by 9. Against Cleveland, they won the game by 6. They lost by 3 to Washington as 1-point dogs, but they've been pretty good on the road, much like the Cowboys last night, who just fell asleep in the third quarter, or they probably would have either won that game or at least covered our number. I have a similar breakdown. I just wonder how the Giants are. They may be a better road team than a home team. Lost to Philadelphia by 25 at home. Lost to Cincinnati by 10 at home. They lost by 5 to Dallas at home. They lost to Minnesota by 22 at home. They stink at home. On the road, they're not bad. Pittsburgh, on the other hand, is kind of up and down. They beat the Jets by 22 points, but the Jets stink. The Patriots just beat the Jets. Jets are garbage. So how good are the Steelers really? How good's the Steeler defense, by the way, that the Cowboys were able to go and put up all those points on the Steelers defense, and the Cowboys couldn't do much against the Niners until the fourth quarter when the game was out of reach. Pittsburgh at home lost to Dallas. Pittsburgh at home beat the Chargers, and they beat the they beat the Jets. They're 2-1. ATS at home. I think you can just take the points if you want. Okay, if you just want to go, Matt, I'm just taking the points. I'm going to take the 6 and be done with it. I don't mind it. The Giants are 6-1 to the under this year. Okay, the Steelers are 4-3 to the under. But the one game that the Giants did cover was the game against Seattle, where they covered by 6.5 points, went over by 6.5 points. It was 42.5. It was a 29-20 final. The Giants offense has scored 10 points in the last 2 weeks. Okay, this is like, we're buying super low here on the Giants, on all of this. This is one of those, like, it's too easy, right? It's just too easy. I think there's a good shot the game goes over. I think the Giants move the ball well enough. I think they lose the game, somewhere in the neighborhood of like 24-17 to the Steelers. Steelers might cover, but the number's like right there, 6-7 points. Tease it up. You give the Giants 12 points. You pull the total down to 36, from 36 to 30, and we go over. I'm going to play with it here, okay? I'm going to see this. It's a 1.2 unit bet on this. Giants plus 12 over 30, all right? Giants need to score a couple of touchdowns, okay? We got a couple of touchdowns of the Giants. I think we're going to be good here with this, okay? Could be sweaty. I'm not going to lie. I mean, this could be a really ugly game. 28-3, 17-7 the last 2 weeks for the Giants. And one of those games was in prime time at home. So not great. But last time on the road, they beat Seattle 29-20. Ultimate buy low spot here on the Giants. Steelers win, but I think the Giants keep it close. Let's go Giants plus 12, teased up, and take the total down to 30 and go over for 1.2 units. A little contrarian in both those plays, but it's been kind of a wild contrarian year in the NFL. All right, bet number 2, to the NBA. Awesome game tonight in the association. Lakers on the road for the first time in 2024. They go to the Phoenix Suns. Phoenix laying 2.5. Total is 226.5. These teams played back on the 25th of October. Lakers won the game by 7. They beat Minnesota by 7. They beat Phoenix by 7. They beat Sacramento by 4. All 3 games at home, and the Lakers looked really good. Now they go on the road. Phoenix was on the road at both LA teams, Clippers and the Lakers. They won by 3. They turned around, lost to the Lakers by 7. Came home, they beat Dallas by 12. They were 3.5-point home dogs, and they beat them by 12. These are the games that Phoenix gets up for. The Phoenix market hates the Lakers. I mean, most teams hate the Lakers. The Suns really hate the Lakers. And I wish I wish both teams were completely healthy. They're not. I mean, I wish Bradley Beal, he is questionable in this. He probably won't play, but if he plays, it's tremendous if he plays. Suns are laying 2.5 or 3, depending on the book. Grayson Allen also is questionable. He's been dealing with some personal reasons. He may or may not be back. I would love it if both those guys were back for the Phoenix Suns. Probably not going to be there. Cam Reddish is questionable. He probably won't play against the Suns. For the Lakers, Christian Wood is out. He's not expected to play until November for the Lakers. So a little bit on the injury front. That's a little bit not great here for Phoenix, but I think this is a Kevin Durant game. I think this is a chance. We've seen the Lakers. They've looked great under JJ Redick. They really have. But all 3 games are at home. Now they go on the road against one of the better teams in the Western Conference. I'm not going to mess around here with anything but the money line. I'm going to take money line here. Suns to win the game at minus 140 for 1.4 units. This could be a 2-point, 4-point game somewhere on the lines. I don't want to be sweating this at the end. I think Suns make one or two more plays to give the Lakers their first loss of the 2024 season. Suns money line for 1.4 units. And one play in hockey, going to go right here in Vegas. The Golden Knights, boy, oh boy, are they an over machine. They're 7-1-1 to the over so far this season. At home, the Golden Knights are 5-1 to the over. This number is 6 and climbing. I hope you guys get it at 6. Certain books have already moved to 6.5. I got it at 6 here in Vegas last night. Calgary hasn't been outstanding to the over, but they're on the road haven't been awful to the over. For them, Calgary overall, they are, well, let's see. Hold on the road, Calgary is, where is that number for Calgary? I missed it. 1-2. 2-1 to the under so far. But overall, for Calgary this year to the over, they're 4-3-1 to the over so far in 2024. Golden Knights just, look, first period over. You want something extra, bet the first period over for the Golden Knights. It's been outstanding. It's 8-1 so far to a first period over. We bet it a couple of games ago, and there were 5 goals scored in the first period. Just how Vegas is playing. Just wide open, not great goaltending. You want some extra, go right ahead. The problem is Calgary is 4-4 to a first period over so far this year. Vegas is 8-1. So you can say, all right, it's more Vegas. If you want to go with a gift, go in the first 10 minutes. Vegas is 7-2. They lead the NHL. 7-2 for goals in the first 10 minutes. You can bet that if you want. Problem is, Calgary hasn't really been like that. They haven't been giving up goals or scoring goals. They're, again, 4-4 to a first period, to a goal in the first 10 minutes, to a gift. So, first period over, gift, yes, if you want extra plays, but officially, I'm just going to bet the over 6 on the game. Vegas and Calgary over 6 at minus 120 for 1.2 units. All right, so we're going Giants plus 12, teased with the 30, over 30 total for Monday Night Football against the Steelers. Suns, money line at minus 140 for 1.4 units. Vegas and Calgary over 6 at minus 120 for 1.2 units. Extra play will be found later on today on the website, bettingpros.com/Matt, or on the on the Betting Pros app. You can search Sports Talk Matt on there to find me, but the easiest way is just to go into a browser and type in bettingpros.com/Matt, and you will see the extra play that I will put up at some point during the day. You can follow me on there, or you get an alert when I post it. The numbers aren't out yet. When they're there in the morning, I will jump on it and you can probably guess what we're doing with Celtics and the Bucks, right? It's kind of an auto fire guarantee play now until it misses. Really, I mean, until it misses consistently. How about that? Celtics at home against the Bucks are laying 9.5 points. A lot of points in that game. We'll get to that later today on the Discord channel as well. I'll tell you guys when I've posted the play as well. Mine is Matt Perrault. Follow me across all socials at Sports Talk Matt every morning. It's the Daily Juice Podcast presented by DraftKings.